How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out the top skins that were submitted for this last week. And if you're new to the video, these skins are not available yet and may never be. Only 8 or so get chosen every week by the game's lead dev, Helk. And the rest either might later on, but most likely never will. So that's kind of how it is. We're just here to show you the best there is in the workshop that hit the requirements. So starting off here, we've got a Burlap head wrap for you, and it's the grub. Definitely love that idea. Very funny for sure. Next, we've got some more burlap for you with the Druid burlap set. And yeah, you can see there's all sorts of plants growing all over it. Everything's made out of natural items. There's some bear pelt, it looks like, some wolf pelt, some feathers, and bones. Definitely a very nice looking early game set for the game, if this were to make it in. Next, we've got a bandana and poncho combo for you, and it is the rug set. And as you can see here, the whole thing just looks like someone cut up one of the rust rugs and made them into a poncho and a bandana. So, I mean, hey, there it is. Did you guys say poncho and bandanas? Yep, here's some more with the pirate flag set. And the whole thing just looks like a sewn together, torn up pirate flag. Messed up old Jolly Rogers there. And then the bandana gives you the bottom of a skull, which I know a lot of people like, as the Jawboy and a few of those other older ones are quite popular. And on the back you can see it used to be a treasure map, or maybe still is, with parts of it on the front there. Next, we have a poncho by itself, and it's the bear attacked poncho. I guess you used to be wearing a suit, and this is all you made it away with from your bear attack, which, I mean, if your character was naked, that would be pretty hilarious. So, definitely love the idea to it, and the little details, the bow tie and everything, and the torn up suit is a cool idea. Next, we have a very bright hoodie and pants for you. It is the drill look set. And, yeah, it's very puffy. Mr. Hype Drill, I guess. There you go. So that's back here, and man, I mean, if you really want to stand out, this would be the set, but some people really like these brightly colored things, so if it did make it in, I could see it selling well. Our next hoodie and pants set here is completely on the opposite side of the spectrum. The whole thing is made up to look like it's made out of, like, bear skin, and that might be because it's called the Bear Shaman set. So there you go, and yeah, it's really nice. You've got even the little bear head back there and everything, so definitely a very nice natural looking hoodie and pants. Next, we've got another hoodie and pants set for you, and it's the Pearlescent Smile. And yeah, that's right, nothing's wrong with your eyes, it just has a weird pearlescent shimmer to it, which is very cool. And yeah, depending how the light hits it, it changes up. And of course, you've got a bunch of little smiley faces, yeah, because that's what the name is. Next up, we've got one last hoodie and pants set for you with the City Dust set. As you can see, there's kind of like a faint urban camo kind of thing going on with it there. Very, well, cementy looking. Has some nice little pads and everything. Very kind of simplistic design, but it also has a little attention to details here and there. I can see a lot of people liking it for the kind of rock kind of matching color. Next up, we've got some more for the pizza set for you, and I believe these are the last pieces. The pizza, road sign, gloves, and boots. And you can see there's this nice crust around the actual metal parts of the road sign and the ends of the fingers. The thumb itself looks like it's a very burnt little crust. And, oh no, very crispy. I wouldn't say it looks burnt. And then down here, same thing going on with the boots. You got a lot of pepperonis and mushrooms and olives. You got the whole thing going on with crust soles to the boots. Definitely very cool. So we have a riot helmet for you, and it's the underground helmet. And as you can see here, it kind of has a little punk kind of look going with it, with some spray paint, street vibes kind of going on. On the back, you've got this cool little like monster face. And yeah, it just has a really neat little vibe for an actual riot helmet, and I could see people liking the design. Next up, we've got a hot set of road sign for you with the fire set. And yeah, just the whole thing here has these old school kind of hot rod flames, but they definitely have a nice pop to them. It's not just a flat texture painted on there. And yeah, I think that's a really nice design. Also, the kind of flaming rope around it is a nice little touch as well. And there you go. Next, we've got some high qual for you, and it is the shell set. And as you can see, the whole thing looks like it's covered in old bullet shells. So there you go. It's all these brass casings, and yeah, it's definitely a really cool thing. All over. I don't know if they're glued onto there, meant to be welded onto there, but one way or another, it's definitely a very unique look, and I also like the actual belts for the actual straps there. Next, we've got some cardboard high qual for you with the Pity set. And yeah, it's got no dome part, which looks pretty funny, you know. And then the little, you know, dead face with the tongue sticking out. Don't kill me, please. You know, I mean, they are wearing high qual, but hey, don't kill them. They're not geared, trust them, you know. It's just cardboard. Don't worry about it. There's not actually a high qual set under there, right? And last but not least, we have the Punch sports equipment set. And typically nothing else gets paired with high qual, but the gloves just kind of complete the whole thing. You're set up as like a in a training set for boxing or punching, whatever you want to call it there. And yeah, it's just funny, and I like the color that, you know, face punch, red. It's just, you know, it's one of those things that kind of just all fits together. So there we go with that one. Next up, we have our deployables for you, and we've got the Trophy Hunter Sleeping Bag version 2. And as you can see, this one here is just pretty much the leather and fur. So there you have that. No logo or anything. It also kind of reminds me of like an old bomber jacket for some reason. But yeah, there you go. Then over here, we have a couple of furnaces for you. The first one here actually looks like it's made out of tires. And then it has like a tree growing up and around it. It's definitely a very unique design. This is the campfire furnace. So yeah, it's actually, there you go. I don't know if you'd want to make a campfire with rubber, though. That's probably a bad idea. Next over here, we've got another furnace for you, and this one is the Hot Lips furnace, as, well, you can probably guess why. It says boom, 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 all along there. And, I think that's lipstick. Or rocket, not entirely sure there. Anyways, moving along over here, we've got a little small box for you, and it should look familiar. There's those kind of what used to be a C4 crate and then became just like the blue box in the labs now. And yeah, there you go. It's a small box design just like that. Then over here, we've got another kind of rusty, crusty box. It's the large waste box. So you can see it has the recycle symbols on there. It'd be a good, like, scrap this stuff box. Then over here, we've got another one for you, and it's got a nice neon design. It's the Earth's Illumination box. As you can see, all the planets. Some constellations. And then over here, we've got a continuation with the Hawaiian box set with the armor variant. Then over here we have a table. It's been a while since we've seen a table skin, and this is the billiards table. So yeah, the billiard balls look a little bit flat, but they did get them to raise a bit. I think the sticks look pretty good, and the table itself. So hey, we've seen a few different iterations of attempts at billiard tables out of the tables, so we'll just have to see. Hey, maybe one will eventually make it. Next, we've got another rug skin for you to decorate your walls with. This one here is the Asylum rug, and you can definitely make your own padded cell in your own rust base. Then, moving on, we've got some doors for you. Starting off, we've got a single wooden door for you, and this one's all slimed out. It is the nuclear wooden door. It also has a glowing or a non-glowing version, so I'll show you that here shortly. Then, of course, we've got a continuation with the JPEG set with the JPEG double wooden door. There's the back of those two. Nothing too different there. Then onto our sheet metal doors, we've got this little guy running away. It's the emergency exit door. All graffitied up. Then over here, we've got continue in the Abyss set with the Abyss metal door. Blanked for a second there on the name. Then over here, we've got a very scrapped together kind of look with the soundproof door. So you can see these are like little soundproofing foams. And yeah, I don't know. What are they trying to soundproof the door for? We don't know. Maybe there's interrogations going on in there. Or, I don't know. Maybe they snore loud and don't want people to know they're home. One way or another, we're moving on to our next door, and it's the light energy door. And yeah, it has some runes with some floating rocks kind of connected around. And then these floating rocks in the middle with this kind of blue warp teleport kind of, vibe going on. Then this next door screams right at you. It is the Souls of Raiders metal door. Then moving on, we've got something that looks like it's made of airplane parts, and well, it is simply called the airplane metal door, so that should make sense, right? Moving along, we've got a continuation in the retro wave set with the double door. Well, sheet metal double door, I should say, because there's more than one double door. Then with some garage doors, our first one up here is the Doomsgate door, followed by the armored garage door. And then over here we've got the bear base garage door, along with all neon fish and bear scratches there at the bottom. Then we've got some armored single doors for you. The first one should look familiar as it is part of the spray can set. It's a version 2. See on the hatch there's a little face. On the back it says ready. Then if we pop on over here, we've got another version 2 of the hacked armored door by Duck. And it's got like this little hacking panel on it on the front. Looks like they failed. Access denied, bunker error, like that. And then on the back side here, do not open, with a very suspicious looking pouch attached there. And then press me, maybe an alarm of some sort. Definitely a very cool little design. And now we'll go ahead and toggle the hatches there. There we go. We can go ahead and kill the lights now. So there we go with these. We'll check out their opposite sides, because they are different, or at least this one is. Then moving on, we've got the garage door for the bear base. The Doom Gate. There's that retro wave. Little airplane glow. And oh man, that Souls door, it just gets creepier, you know? Definitely looks like a portal to a new dimension. Ooh, look at that red light. It reminds me of like a recording in progress kind of thing. There's that purple glow, as it's supposed to. Sorry, like also last week with the furnace, it was glitched to look pinkish more than purple. So, yeah, furnace glitch. Then if we go ahead and cruise on down, we've got the glow on the Hawaiian box. Then on the Earth constellation box here. And then we can scoot down to our furnaces. First one here, the lips one just has kind of a normal furnace glow, nothing special. And then this one, as you can see, it lights up through the bottom, through and between the actual twigs. And then if we go look at the top as well, which is quite cool. All right, next up we have our weapons and tools. And first off, we've got a hammer for you. And the front of this hammer is actually a fist. So if we go over here and look up at it, there you go. You can see the hammer fist. But yeah, it's kind of a shame you can't see it. Maybe they could change it to be on both sides or something like that. It'd be a little more visible like this. Then next one, we've got a literal chunk of cow as a hammer. And yeah, there it is. I mean, cow hammer. Then we're not done. We've got more animals and hammers with the grill hammer here. This is the grill grate hammer. I'm sorry. There you go. Very important part. That's what's holding the food inside. Then, of course, the question is going to be, do any of these glow? They do not. Moving on, we've got a very already popular skin, the Frog Rock. And yeah, I'm honestly surprised we didn't see it in the shop last week, because the Rust account actually responded with a meme to the post of the skin on Twitter. But hey, maybe it's still coming this week. We'll have to see. Then we've got some tools for you here, and they're kind of soft and friendly looking. It is, well, the soft toy set. I mean, that's really what they're going for with the Pookie Bear and everything. Of course, it has a matching pick to go along with it. Next, we have some metal tools for you, and yeah, the whole thing kind of looks like a cigar. And yeah, that's the whole idea there, and I believe the name is the El Commandant's tool set. So there you go. And there's the matching pick with burnt ends on the tips there, which makes sense, you know, with cigar and all. And if we go ahead and kill the lights, actually, you'll see there is a glowing version. It glows at the bottom and the two tips. And then if we pull the hatchet back out, you'll see it glows just on the bottom there. Then if we move on, we've got a jackhammer for you. And I know a lot of you guys were leaving me comments about it, and there is a 1 week pre-approval. That's why it's kind of a week behind, so I sync my videos to be with when the skins would come out. Sometimes help jumps from lists, but hey. Anyways, we've got the jackhammer for hell. There it is. All in its glory. And, of course, does it glow? Well, it has to. I mean, the whole set does. So there's that. Then moving on, we've got a couple swords for you. This first one here is a toxic sword, part of the toxic set. So there you go. And of course it does glow nice and green, along with a little radiation biohazard symbol down there. Then we've got another salvage sword for you. This one is more of a constructor kind of look to it. Definitely looks like a lot of the kind of equipment there. And man, this thing is a chainsaw blade. I really wish we actually had something kind of like this in the game, like the Ripper and Fallout or something like that. It would fit right into Rust. But then again, I guess you can just chase after someone with a chainsaw. That works too. Then we've got a combat knife for you, and this one's also quite mean looking. I mean, look at this. I mean, the front of it looks like it used to be part of like a chainsaw blade, and then the back of it, I don't even know what that is. This whole thing is just very mean looking. The modern military knife. Alright, next we have a bow for you here. And as you'll see, it's got this kind of nice little flames into a blue kind of tiger stripe. I don't even know what to call it. It is the poison dart bow. That's what they called it. Probably inspired from poison dart frogs themselves. Thus the little speckles on the blue parts and the stripes. Next, we've got a banana bow for you, but not any banana bow, the crossbow-nana. There you go, crossbow-nana. Oh, wow, what a name. Aiming down the sides here, you've got bananas and banana pieces. And if we go ahead and pull back a string that somehow isn't a banana string, I mean, that's I guess that might have looked too weak if they did it that way. And by banana string, I mean the fibers that are like in between the actual banana, you know, that you eat and the skin. But anyways, there you go. Don't know what the official name for those are. Next, we've got an Ioka for you, and looks like someone else is going for a cigar theme here with this straight up just calling it the cigar Ioka. So, boom, there it is. Next, we've got another Ioka for you, and this one's a little more on the fancier side with a snake curling around it. It's the golden snake Ioka, complete with some purple gems there. Probably amethyst, I'm not sure. Then, next in this list here, we've got a little Revy for you, and this one's all green and poisoned up, as is the poison revolver. Aiming down the sights here, it's warning you. I don't know why. Maybe just don't shoot yourself. Or warning, have good aim. I don't know. Next, we have another Revy for you here, and his one is the Baby Boy Revolver. I'm not so sure what the whole Baby Boy thing is, but, you know, it is what it is. Aiming down the sides, you've got that crown, and what looks like maybe glow sights, but it's just green and red paint. Next over here, we've got a continuation of the Diablo set with the Revolver. Definitely a very, very sleek-looking Revy. Aiming down the sights here, you've got the red lava tip versus the black charcoal. Next, we've got a snub-nosed python for you, and I don't think any have actually been accepted yet, so this is the little Burrick. So there you go. Definitely a fun little design, and it'd be cool to see one come in, and hey, it's actually a very rusty one. Next, we've got another python for you, and this one here is made to kind of look like a flare gun again, so this is the signal gun python. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a nice red versus red tip. And there's a reload. I also love how it actually looks like you're putting red bullet casings in there. Next, we've got a sap for you, and it has a little shark on the side. This is the Shark Bay pistol. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a little life ring. And there's that reload. Next, we're moving on to some automatic guns here with the Thompson. And yeah, this one is part of the Oceanus set by Milo. So there you go, has a very nice, beautiful, shiny design. Aiming down the sights here is just a myriad of colors, honestly. Next, we've got some more Tommies for you, and this is the colored version of the square pattern Thompson. Aim down the sights here, you've got some red dots and tip. Moving along, we've got some custom SMGs, and this first one here is the SMG Waves, which it has a kind of groovy design going on there. I also kind of like the edit to the pieces of the actual body there. Aiming down the sights, a little boring, could use a little something going on with it. Then we've got another custom for you, and this one is definitely more on kind of a clean-cut, modern kind of look to it. This is the Rival SMG. Aiming down the sights here, you've got some red tips. And there's that reload. Next, we've got some MP5s, and this one has some hot flames going on. This is the Rage MP5, and I think a lot of people have felt this way in Rust, so hey, I could see a lot of people sympathize. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a very unique kind of like, are those horns? I'm not really sure what it is, but it's definitely quite cool for the sights. Next, we've got some rifles for you, starting off with this SAR. And we did see the Froggy make it in on an AK last week, but the AK didn't do too well, but I'm not sure if that's because people are pretty exhausted on AK skins, or if you guys just didn't like the Frog. So, I don't know, sound off, did you like the Frog but not the AK? I don't know, do you like the SAP? So, here it is, and there's that little frog print, and some iron sights. Next, we've got another SAR for you, and this one is part of the Chemical Burns set. So you can see those little chemical burns there on the sides. And aiming down the sights, you have kind of like a polymer tip. And there's that reload. Next, we've got some AKs for you, and this first one up here is all constructor looking. This is the Weathered AR. Definitely looks like something I could see a lot of people wanting to grab. It's just, I don't know, it's just nice. Aiming down the sights here, it is a big blank spot. I feel could have used a little bit of something there, but you do have some kind of aqua bluish kind of tips there. Next, we've got another AR for you, and this one is all scaled up in some holographic design. Definitely very sick looking. I could see a lot of people wanting to grab this one, even though it's yet another AK. Aiming down the sights here. Next, we've got another AR for you, and this one has some flowers all over the side. It's the Deadly Garden AK, I guess, you know. Beautiful garden, beautiful flowers, deadly outcome. Aiming down the sights there. A skull, just in case you weren't sure, with some, I would say, silver, gold, and black tip. Multicolored there. Next, we've got, oh, there it goes, another AR for you, which has a beautiful design on. This is the Cerberus AK-47, and he's just got these mean dogs. Very cool head, three-headed dog there. Aiming down the sights, it looks kind of like a boar, actually. And then you've got blue versus the kind of like silver faded, you know, iron sights there. Then we've got some LRs for you, and this one, of course, is the Toxic Wolf LR. Aiming down the sights, you can see you've got that same, you know, toxic green as usual. And there we go with a reload. Next, we have another LR for you, and as you can see, this one here is a continuation in the Militant set by Ariada. And yeah, it's got that kind of very, you know, plasticky kind of look to it. Lots of polymer. You've got a little camo grip going on right on the back there. Aiming down the sights, you've got a red ring and tip. Then we've got another LR, and this one's completely on the other side. We've got some Color Blast, a Screaming Skull. This is the Immortal LR. And down the sides, you've got a white ring and a black tip. And there's that reload. Next, we've got an L96 for you, and this one is from the Way of the Samurai set by Xenon. And yeah, it's all gold and decorated up with this Regal Samurai on the side there. There you go. Aiming down the sights, you've actually got a samurai helmet and horns, which is quite cool. Last but not least, we do have a rocket launcher for you here, and this one right here is part of the construction set. And yeah, it just fits right in with all that constructor stuff. Aiming down the sights here, you actually have like an aiming guide, which I think is really cool, and also the sight is cut, which is quite neat. We'll go ahead and pop a rocket in here so you can see the reload animation. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and fire a rocket off at Dome again. So that does it, everyone. Sound off down in the comment section below which ones you're hoping to make it in this week the most, and I'll try to get that feedback to the right people. And look, we actually almost completely forgot an M39. Here it is. I can't believe I cycled through it. Guys, there's one more skin, this M39, and it is the Recycler M39. So there you go, version 2. Was a pretty popular couple of pieces to the set, so hey, it'd be nice to see another M39 skin, and I think this one would sell quite well. So now we're ready to go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great one. Stay rusty.